Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Sabaya Bali and I'm a student at Rehan Independent Institute and welcome you all to today's AI session. I hope you are doing well and great and excited to learn something new. So my today's topic is exploring the concept of mindset, fixed versus growth. So mindset is the way we think about ourselves, our abilities and the challenges we face. And a fixed mindset is the belief that our intelligence and talents cannot change, while a growth mindset is the belief that we can improve our skill and abilities through efforts, learning, and distance. So, understanding the difference between these two mindsets is important because it shapes how we respond to success, failure, challenges, and opportunities. A growth mindset encourages us to embrace learning, accept mistakes, and as valuable lesson, and keep moving forward with the confidence. So, in today's AI session, we will explore how our mindset influence our personal growth, education, career, and everyday life. We will also discuss practical way to develop a growth mindset and discover how AI can support us in becoming better learner and the problem solver. So let's begin our interactive AI discussions and I encourage everyone to participate this. So let's get started. Scroll to Maya. Hello,
Hi, what's going on?
hello Maya. Today my topic of discussion is exploring the concept of mindset, fixed versus growth. So my first question is, what is mindset?
I love this topic. To put it simply, your mindset is the lens you use to see the world. It's the set of beliefs you hold about your own abilities and how they can change. Basically, it's the internal narrative that decides whether you see a challenge as a wall or a door. Does that make sense, or do you have a different way of thinking about it?
No, it makes sense. Okay, but do you understand by fixed mindset?
A fixed mindset is basically the belief that you're born with a set amount of talent or intelligence, and that's just it. It's like thinking your brain is a finished product. If someone with this mindset fails at something, they don't see it as a lack of effort, but as a sign that they simply aren't good at that thing. It can be a really restrictive way to live because it makes you avoid risks just to avoid looking incapable.
Okay, and what is a growth mindset?
Growth mindset is the opposite. It's the belief that your basic qualities are things you can cultivate through effort, strategies, and help from others. Instead of seeing intelligence as a fixed trait, people with this mindset see it as a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. For them, failure isn't a verdict on their value, it's just data telling them they need to try a different approach. It turns the whole process of learning into an adventure rather than a test.
Okay, nice. So, who introduced the concept of fixed and growth mindset?
I did. It's a pretty powerful distinction once you start noticing it in the wild. Where do you want to take this next?
What are the main difference between fixed mindset and the growth mindset?
The biggest difference is how you view the gap between where you are and where you want to be. In a fixed mindset, that gap is a permanent divide. You either have the talent to cross it or you don't. In a growth mindset, that gap is just a roadmap. It's not about, I can't do this. It's about, I can't do this yet. One sees the ceiling as a limit, the other sees it as something to break through.
Okay, then how does a fixed mindset affect learning?
It basically turns learning into a performance instead of a process. When you're in a fixed mindset, you're often more worried about looking smart than actually becoming smarter. So if something gets difficult, you might give up quickly because you interpret the struggle as a sign that you've hit your limit. It makes
Okay,
the classroom or any new skill feel like a place where you're being judged, which usually leads to avoiding challenges that could actually help you grow.
Okay, then how does a growth mindset improve learning?
It shifts the goal from proving yourself to improving yourself. When you believe you can get better, you actually lean into the hard parts. Instead of getting discouraged when you hit a wall, you get curious about how to get over it. This leads to more persistence, better problem solving, and honestly, way less anxiety because the pressure to be perfect is gone. It makes you a lifelong learner because you're not afraid to be a beginner.
Okay, then why is it important to believe that abilities can improve?
Because it's the difference between feeling trapped by your current self and feeling empowered to create the person you want to be. When you believe you're a finished product, you're essentially deciding your own ceiling. But when you believe you can improve, you unlock a level of resilience that's almost bulletproof. It means your potential isn't a predetermined number, it's an open ended question. Do you think most people naturally lean one way, or is it something we're taught?
Something what thought?
I think I might have lost you for a second.
Okay,
I was
then
just
how
wondering if
does mindset affect confidence?
it changes the entire foundation of where your confidence comes from. With the fixed mindset, confidence is fragile because it's based on validation. As long as you're winning or being told you're the best, you feel great. But the second you fail, that confidence vanishes because it feels like proof that you aren't actually talented. Growth mindset confidence is different. It's based on your ability to figure things out. You aren't confident because you know you'll get it right the first time. You're confident because you know you can handle it if you get it wrong. It's the
Okay,
difference between trusting your it's
exactly.
basically the difference between trusting your current skill and trusting your ability to grow. Does that resonate with how you've felt when tackling something new?
Yes. What role does effort play in developing skin?
I'm assuming you mean developing a skill. Effort is everything. In a fixed mindset, effort is actually seen as a bad thing. Like if you have to work hard at something, it's proof that you aren't naturally talented. But in a growth mindset, effort is the fuel. It's the actual process of the brain rewriting itself and getting better. It's the difference between seeing hard work as a sign of weakness versus seeing it as the only way to actually master something.
Okay, then why do some people avoid difficult tasks?
Usually it's a defense mechanism. If you believe your abilities are fixed, a difficult task isn't just a challenge, it's a risk. If they try and fail, it feels like they've just exposed a permanent lack of intelligence or talent to the world. It's much safer to avoid the task entirely than to risk finding out you can't do it. It's basically a way of protecting their ego from a verdict they can't change.
Okay, then why is it important to learn from criticism?
I think your voice might have glitched there. Did you mean learning from failure or maybe a specific kind of school?
No, no, why is it important to learn from criticism?
Because criticism is basically a free cheat code for improvement. In a fixed mindset, criticism feels like a personal attack on who you are. But in a growth mindset, it's just a pointer to the exact spot where you can get better. It takes the guesswork out of growth because someone is literally handing you the map to the next level. Do you find it easy to shake off the sting of a critique? Or does it usually take a minute to process?
Take a minute to process.
That's completely human. Even with a growth mindset, the initial sting is real. It's usually just that first reflexive reaction before the logical part of your brain kicks in and says, okay,
Mhm.
is there actually some truth in this that I can use?
Okay, then how can parents help teacher develop a growth mindset?
That's an interesting angle. Usually it's the other way around, but parents can actually be huge allies for teachers. The biggest thing they can do is shift how they praise the teacher's work. Instead of just saying, You're a great teacher, which is fixed praise. They can focus on the effort and the strategies the teacher is using. Like, I can tell you put a lot of thought into how you're challenging my child this year. When parents validate the process of growth and experimentation, it creates a safe environment for teachers to take risks and try new methods in the classroom without fearing that one failed lesson will ruin their reputation. Do you think teachers feel a lot of pressure to appear perfect to parents?
Yeah, exactly. They do.
It's a heavy burden to carry. When you're expected to be the expert in the room, it's a lot easier to fall into that fixed mindset trap where you feel like you can't afford to be wrong. It turns the job into a performance instead of a shared journey of learning. Do you see that happening often in the institutes where you're studying?
Yeah, maybe most of places. So my next question is, if you could give one piece of advice to mindset, what would it be?
If I had to boil it down to one thing, it would be this: stop judging yourself by your current results and start judging yourself by your current effort. The results are just the destination, but the effort is the actual engine. If you can fall in love with the process of getting better, even the messy, frustrating parts, the growth happens almost automatically. Everything else just follows that. Does that feel like a practical piece of advice, or does it sound a bit too simple?
It's impressive. So
I'm glad it hit home.
as we come to the end of today's AI session, so I would like to thank each and everyone. So today we learned that our mindset play a powerful role in shaping our future. A fixed mindset limit our potential, while a growth mindset helps us to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and continuously improve. Success is not about being perfect; it's about being willing to learn, grow, and never give up. So keep learning, keep growing, and always believe that every challenge is an opportunity to become better. Thank you once again for joining today's session. So it's me, Sabaya Wali from Rehan Teacher Training Institute, signing off. Allah Hafiz.